the things that I was looking at probably weren't that possible for me. But me going after them, me and the journey it took to go after them, even though it was unattainable, it changed my life. Mm-hmm. It changed my life completely. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, one simple shift in perspective could absolutely transform a person from enableist to enableist. So I'm not against these comments. I'm trying to convert them.
Yeah, well, okay, so convert this one.
Hallelujah.
This is another perspective
Love it.
Of a victim mindset in modern day's world, right? So check this one out. We just got out of a pandemic. Tell the government to lower rent and pay more. And you know what? Like, he is probably, there's millions of him that think the government's going to come and save them. And the government has the ability to lower the rent, and the government has the ability to pay more.
Yep.
You know,
FYI, your building is not being rented by the government.
That was the whole comment. You guys got freaking lazy boys.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Talk Hard Podcast. We are live in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Did I say that right?
Is it always cold here?
In Nova Scotia?
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah.
All I know about
Hot flames are up.
Welcome to the show, baby. We got an amazing show for you
do.
guys. We do. This is awesome. I'm excited about today. The main reason I'm excited about today is because I don't have to listen to Brian Gordon's poop, because I got Brian Kendrick to defend me. What up, Brian? Welcome to the show, babe.
Hey, it's a whole new flavor of poop.
I love how it takes two of you to take me on.
I can't do it alone.
I didn't understand the dynamic of this show. What, it's us versus him?
Yep.
Today it is. Yes, absolutely. It's a we program. Okay. We work a we program in recovery, not an I program.
Okay. I would have done some research.
You'd have worked out some?
I'd have camped outside his house looking for him to yell at his wife.
You're gonna be there for a minute.
Oh, we gotta
I get angry with her sometimes, but I just don't yell.
I may have actually planted and tried to provoke it. Instigate it. Then I pop out of the bushes like, ha! Gotcha! I knew it!
Gotcha, guru.
Gotcha.
Anyway, guys, we got a great show. Before we get into the show, though, I want you guys to all help us out. We love you. We need your support. We love your support. We are doing things currently, but we want to do things bigger, and we can do that with your help. So if you can, share this out to your friends. Like, subscribe. If you're not subscribing, if you don't have a subscription, then why are you here?
It's free, by the way.
Yeah, it's free. We like free shit.
Isn't it?
Everybody likes free shit.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's free. For now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better get in. You better get in now.
Get in while you can.
It's free. Because otherwise it'll be $10.99 a month after next month. So
you've already got the price in your mind.
Well, yeah, we're switching to OnlyFans podcast next week.
Is that part of the visualization process?
Yes.
We are live on OnlyFans.
Set your expectations from the word go.
Yes. Anyway, welcome to the show. Thank you, everybody, for being with us.
Hold on.
Another amazing week.
Does OnlyFans charge monthly?
Mm-hmm. You don't. You may not know that, but your wife sees your statements. So.
Let me check my credit card.
$10.99 a month. That's a fair deal.
No, they get to set their own prices, whatever they want to charge.
I bet they do.
Yeah,
I bet they do.
Some of them are crazy.
You get 4,000 subscribers at $20 a month, bud. You do the math. So we are definitely missing our mark on where we should be.
Do they do podcasts?
I don't know much about OnlyFans, but I feel like from what I've heard, that would be selling yourself really short. You got a month for $10.99.
Bud.
That's how it works?
Well, I mean, I haven't.
We ain't even
done
we're doing
the
it for
comparison to Pornhub and anybody else, so I don't know what the price match guarantee is or anything.
All I know is they're making $500,000 a month, so I don't
think that's $10.99 an hour, 20 minutes probably. Probably is what I'm guessing. Am I misinformed?
You are so misinformed.
Chris, that's a different website. That's a different website. Oh. You can charge by the minute on a different website.
Oh,
yeah. Well, that's not what.
You didn't know that? Jesus.
Anyway, let's get into the topic of the show because I have a topic. It's not really a topic, man. I Brian's like, you son of a bitch. No, anyway, like I want to talk about something because I didn't even make it. It's a meme. I'm
so proud of you. You almost started off with a lie.
I made it. You're welcome.
He made
You don't want to take credit on it. I don't care.
But the fact is, I back it up wholeheartedly. And I'm going to read you it. But with the point of this, why I want to talk about it, because I want to talk about the comments in it, right? I'm not going to go into the comments. It's on Marty Norman Live. It's on my Facebook page. I'm not going to go into the comments and argue with these people. One, because I don't have the time. Two, and it's ignorant to do so, because ignorant people rarely change their minds through Facebook comment arguing.
It's very difficult to change someone's perspective when they probably read something and their perspective is shifted just on the way they read it, and now you're going to type more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference in language versus reading, because it's your perspective. When you read something, you read it how you want to. It's usually an inward reflection
100%.
leads to outward perception, right? So when you're reading it that way, it has something to do with what you're going through currently.
So definitely, I guess it's a good point to bring up. I've read something where the person meant, when he posted it, meant something totally different.
Oh, 100%.
So perception is definitely a real factor in this. Mm-hmm. But fundamentally, this post
well, what is the post? What did it say? Let's start there.
All right, so here's the meme, by the way. It says, you either go after the life you want or you keep settling for the life you get. The choice is yours. You either go after the life you want or you keep settling for the life you get. The choice is yours. Period.
Okay.
Right? And there's all these posts or all these comments on it. Not a lot, because the damn post went, it's got 101,000 likes, 68,000 shares. It's not massive, but it got
big enough to talk about, right?
It's got some responses, right?
For sure, yeah.
So, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of comments saying, absolutely, I couldn't agree more, or I'm so glad I heard this today. And then there's people tagging people, being like, hey, girl, this is you, and the girl comment, hell yeah, this is what we're doing. We're going after our life. We're tired of settling for nothing, and for crumbs, all these different comments, right? So there's thousands, and of course I'm going to focus, because I'm an addict and I'm an alcoholic, I focus on the negative ones.
Well, let's be realistic. Like we talked about before, negative is more powerful than positive, right? So if you have 10 positive people and one negative person, that one can carry just as much energy as the 10. And it's dangerous.
Especially for us.
Because those people get other people thinking, oh, wait, what do you mean? Because negative energy is very strong. We're wired that way. That's why most of the things we see are negative.
In a perfect world, the 10 positive people would rise up.
This is what would happen.
Oh,
yep.
Please.
No, I like it.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people when these negative, like, I'll read you one, for instance. One in particular stuck out to me, right? And this is one I read to you guys earlier, and it was about. Okay, I'll just read it. I'm not going to say who it's from. Anyway, the life I want involves me not being chronically ill. Not really much I can do about that. And then somebody else commented, obviously, somebody who suffers from has a disability as well, says, about read the name. Anyway, it says, same. This quote is low-key ableist, because a lot of us disabled folk can't always have the same opportunities as others to get what we want in our life. But nobody thinks about us. You can tell an able-bodied, neurotypical person wrote this.
Chris, I want to send you something. If you will share, I don't know if we can share a YouTube link below it. I was listening to Tony Robbins this morning. This is what I love about manifesting. I love this crap. I live for this crap. Happens all the time.
Everybody hashtag manifest. So
this morning,
please.
I'm listening to Tony Robbins, and he actually has a really good friend who was in a car accident, was hanging out with his buddy. His buddy was driving. He passed out. He didn't realize that his buddy, the driver, passed out. He woke up with the car upside down on top of him, legs pinched. Ended up paraplegic.
Okay.
Thought his life was over. Ended up quitting his job, traveling the world, meeting his wife, having amazing children, and is inspiring the world. So as much as I hear you, I'm not going to take that as an answer, because I know other people in similar situations that are rising to the top. Because it's perspective.
I'm not familiar with the term ableist.
Me neither, actually.
Is this a new one?
Can you look up the word ableist?
So it's like an
actual word.
Like you're
able to do things. I think.
Like you are physically
able.
But but now it's an ist? Like sexist, racist, ableist?
Yes.
I'm sorry, my mind is blown. It's something new every day.
I'm gonna say it, I heard it was an actual thing in the new community as well.
So the term is like, you're proud that you're able.
You're proud that you are not disabled.
Yes.
Okay, so I am, right? And I'm happy that I'm not. I mean, I have several disabilities, right?
Yes.
None of which are none of which stop me from doing anything. But here's my question, though. Like, I even went on and looked at their profiles a little bit, and neither of them's in a wheelchair or nothing, right? Like, so it's not like physically disabled.
Oh, you
okay.
went, you
now we're just talking about being old because I hurt every day and I don't like to walk.
You went
and it
deep.
sucks.
You stalked them.
I did. Because I was curious. Chronically ill, right? So, and this other one said disabled. So I went and looked at the profile. Neither one of them's in a wheelchair. Neither one of them's bedridden.
Mm-hmm. But they have
so
the placard.
what I'm
get the placard in the window, and that's all you need.
So I'm guessing what they're meaning by chronically ill or disabled. I'm guessing it's a mental thing.
Okay.
I'm guessing that they have some mental issues, some mental illnesses.
They do. They're seeing the wrong doctor. Look, I'm not bashing on
Brian,
anybody. I'm not bashing anybody being that way. The bottom line is life is about perspective. Like we've talked about before, the world is going to kick you in the face. It doesn't care about your feelings, about your mental health. It doesn't care about any of that. Life is going to be life, and you get to make a decision in every moment of your life. Is this a victim moment, or am I going to rise to the top?
Well,
period. Like there's no other actual perspective.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just trying to think of, because I like a lot of empowering posts. I do. I copy and I paste them and motivational stuff and stuff that kicks me in my teeth and tells me I could do anything. I like that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think of one that wouldn't fall under that stereotype of being an ableist. Like, I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this.
I get you though.
Like, you got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run. Oh, you son of a bitch. You're obviously an ableist.
You can crawl.
You're thinking about those of us that don't have legs. You know, if I got to tailor all of my empowerment posts to fit people in that just, let's say there is, and I know you guys are taking the side that everybody has, and I agree with you guys, everybody has means, everybody can figure out something.
Yeah.
But let's just say there are, let's say a 1% of the population that can't. Am I supposed to tailor my videos and my posts to that 1%?
Yes.
Can I not make a post without getting labeled and put in a box as a freaking ableist?
No.
Are they going to come and burn my house down?
Yes.
What's going on next? Am I getting censored?
Welcome to
are they
2023.
Are they going to remove me from social media
You're gonna
because
get
I'm an
canceled.
ableist?
You're going to get canceled.
Oh, I can't
Yes.
keep up.
Here is what.
First and foremost, though, I want to talk to these people. I want to find out what chronologically illness they have. And I know people that look, the internet, right? You can be bedridden. You could be bedridden and make a fortune on the internet. If that's your goal, to be successful, right? If you wanted to be successful, but it's about going after the life you want, and it's all about perspectives, and it's all about choosing a mindset of, yes, this is where I'm at. Yes, I have a chronological illness. Yes, I have a disability. But what can okay, great. That's acceptance. I have to accept that. But what can I do? Don't focus on what I can't do. I got to focus on what I can do.
Well, here I'll put first and foremost. Everybody's post is true. Everybody's response is true to them. That is true in their world and the way that they see things.
Somebody needs to come on and change their perspective.
Or no, you know what? If you want to be that person, cool. I don't care what you want. The problem I see with most people is it's not about what you want, it's about what you need. And a need is a negative emotion. It's driven out of desperation. It's driven out of lack of focus. It's driven out of a lot of other things. So they think, well, I need money. You don't actually need money.
I don't.
If you have somewhere to sleep, I have survived for many years in my younger age with no job, no money, no nothing. I still ate every day. I still slept somewhere. Was not at my parents' house. I mean, I always had somewhere with zero money. So I don't need money.
It's still about going after.
But when
the
I felt
life
like I
you want.
need it, yeah, that's what I mean. You have to go after what you want, not what you need.
Going after the life you want for me. I'm never going to achieve it. I'm never going to acquire it. It's
That's the
always
whole point.
You know what I mean? I'm always and I know some people say chasing this and chasing that is bad, and I don't agree. It's who I am, and I enjoy that about myself.
That's the lazy person in the room.
You know what I mean? And this guy right here. Okay, another comment. It's not always possible. You need money or family, friends to make it happen. The post makes it seem like it's easy to get the life you want.
No one said anything about easy. I don't
did
remember
not.
saying anything easy. I don't remember the post saying easy.
What do you think about that, Brian?
I want to tell you, first of all, I went over here chuckling, and I have to say, our lovely producer scribbled some stuff on a notebook and showed it to me, and I read it like this. Damn, homie, how you going to diss the able?
Oh my God.
And then in my mind comes,
It's Chris
now,
Cobb.
correct me if I'm wrong, because you're a little bit higher on the IQ pyramid than I am, but in my mind it goes to, it's called disabled, not unable. Right?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Right? And
Come on.
when we talk about money, nobody's going to disqualify. Yes, it's called startup capital, I believe. It takes money to make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how many stories right up, or how many people, I know you study the same people
Mm-hmm.
I do, and so do you. How many examples right off the top of your head could you think of people that started from nothing and are now successful?
I can look at everybody
I'm
in this
here.
room.
Yeah, so that right there, no. Yes,
3 out of
there's
4 at least.
Yes, there's a
Love you,
need, but
Chris.
if you read the message in the post, the post is telling you, yes, there's a need. Go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Go meet the people. Shake the hands. Come up with the idea. Get the backing. Change your network. Change your 5 closest friends. All of these things that we know work. Start reading. That's a great place to start. Get up early. Go to the gym. I don't care if you're only doing upper body workouts because you don't have legs. You've got to start somewhere.
Amen.
And
Hey,
you wanna-
most people don't do leg day anyway.
You want to know a good friend I still talk to today, Nate from Columbus, Indiana. He's in a wheelchair. He used to come to the gym with us. Like, heart of a lion. So where we're going with this
Heart of a lion.
is with the it's not possible mentality, you will always just accept what life has handed it to you, and you will never break free of the box. The post is super positive. It just shows you where the world's at today. You cannot literally make any kind of movement or post or statement on social media without some people taking it to offense.
Everybody's offended.
They
Right.
are.
And you know,
But we've made it okay for you to be that way, I think, is the biggest problem. And look, you can go jump on YouTube and Google wheelchair fitness. You'll see people doing like full, like uppers or pull-ups or whatever you call those. I can't remember. You know what I mean? When they pull all the way up
All
on
the
top
way
of the
up,
bar.
yeah.
And then this dude's like swing. Like I've seen some of the girls. So I don't care if you're man or woman. I don't want to play that role. Me and my wife had that talk. Also, women are not still being held back. My wife makes more money than I do, so right there, I can tell you right now, she's more financially successful than I am.
We should
Has
talk.
built a
I think you should start a protest over that.
We're also
Sure.
a group of business-minded entrepreneur
yes.
guys, and we're going right there. The post doesn't say anything about finances. It's talking about changing your circumstances.
Well, this one
you
here.
can apply this to an abusive relationship.
Here's the base of the end of this post is the point. You have a choice.
Well-
Every single thing that you've done in your life is made by a choice. Period. You choose everything, and that's what people. No, I didn't have a choice. What?
Okay, so things happen, right? Life happens. Life on life's terms. Things happen to you and that are out of your control, right? Things bad, horrible, tragic things happen to people that are completely out of their control. But at that point, you have a choice on how you perceive it. How you want to you got 2 routes. You either go and say, "Oh, poor me, I'm a victim. I'm never ever be able to. I'm never going to do it." Right?
Yeah.
Or you take you take the other door.
We got a beat button somewhere.
You
Don't worry
take
about
the
it.
other door and you say, "You know what? That sucked.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and what can I do about it? What can I do about my future? I don't have no legs. I'm mentally disabled. I have chronic pain in my stomach every single day. Fine. Okay, but what can I do?" No more. This victim mindset is what we talk about all the time. Victims don't get anywhere in life. I have been a victim 100 times, 1,000, I don't even know, 1,000 times in my life, but I never took on a victim mindset. I never, till just right now, have said I've been a victim. Never.
We can all
because
agree
things
that
happen.
William Shakespeare was an amazing author, right?
Yeah.
Known across the world.
Allegedly.
Sure, yeah. We don't know he actually wrote it, but his name's
Actually,
on it, right?
there is conspiracy theories.
So he's getting credit for it regardless,
Okay,
right?
okay,
So
okay.
whoever did it gave the credit away regardless. He wrote, "Life is not good nor bad, but thinking makes it so." And I get so much pushback on this one all the time. And
I know, it's perfect.
there's so many people that miss the point. Me and you can watch the same thing happen. We can watch a horrible accident. As a matter of fact, this happened when I was like 9 years old. We were watching a whale play volleyball with a dolphin.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we were at the beach in California.
Oh, wait,
and two
in
whales
live
were
action.
hitting. I'm being dead serious. We were sitting on the beach and we're watching this whale. It was,
So
maybe it was
high.
a seal. No, it was
Bro,
a seal.
Brian.
They were playing volleyball.
Brian, he was so high.
No, I was
so
like 9.
high.
My mom was there. Well, I ain't gotten there yet. Give me 3 more years and I was there. But me and my brother are laughing, and my mom is like crying because she can't believe what she's watching. We think it's hilarious, right? Perspective. Same exact thing is happening. I'm sure the seal didn't like it very much. But
That was so empathetic.
2 people watching the same thing happen, and because of our perspective as younger children, we thought it was hilarious. We didn't understand the concept at the time.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "Holy crap, that poor seal's probably dying right now, and this is sad."
Yeah.
2 people, same moment, watching the same thing, different perspectives.
Perspectives.
Well,
Perspectives.
it goes along. Do you agree with that? Pain is inevitable and suffering is an option, a choice.
Absolutely.
Suffering is a choice.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Say that again. Say it again.
I said pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice.
Suffering is a choice.
And I've watched, and I've seen so many people that have so many things. They're obviously in pain, but they don't choose to stay in the suffering perspective. They get outside of themselves. They're a lot of times these people that I'm thinking of are more joyful than I am.
Yeah.
You know,
The monks would actually argue that, to be honest with you, because they.
Jesus, here he goes.
No.
monks don't argue. Come on, a lot of them don't even talk, Brian.
They don't have to argue. No, like
They go.
pain is a physiological response, right?
Okay.
Pain is something that you physically feel.
Yes.
That's why suffering is your actual perspective to the pain.
Yes.
That's the choice in the matter.
Correct.
Then monks come along and they're like, we don't agree with that either. So we're going to train the mind so much that we can actually control what we feel physically. That's how powerful the mind is. That's my point here, is your mind is so powerful that people have literally changed the way that they feel pain by
Or blocked it out
changing their
completely.
perspective on, the mind controls the body, not the other way around. But most of us live in the way that the body controls the mind.
So monks and sadists are kind of the same.
No, sadists that's pleasure.
what's the other one?
That's pleasure. They get pleasure out of
Masochists.
Masochists.
Yeah, they get pleasure out of pain. That's a totally different psychological
I mean, it's kind of the same.
situation.
I don't
They're
care. Just don't
rewired.
diss
They're
it.
still feeling. Is my point.
Just
Monks
don't diss on the able or the masochist.
All right. So I got another comment here, and this is more on the God side of things. So
Okay.
we can get into to the God. So this guy, I think it's a guy. Might not be. Oh God.
You're making
You'll have to ask.
Yeah, I might have to ask. Yeah, assuming. Anyway, this person wrote. I don't even know if it's a person. Maybe they identify as.
Could be AI.
I was gonna say it's probably an AI robot.
All right, so he's talking about the comment, or he's talking about the meme, and the meme. Anyway, so he says, "That's forcing upon things not meant for you. What God intended, no one can change, like it or not."
Okay.
So it's kind of the same.
Read the Bible again, please.
He's basically saying just lay down and let God. And this is my perspective on this comment is, God will fix it. God intended this to happen. God doesn't want me to get up. If God wanted me to get up, he would come grab my hand and pick me up and get me out of bed. God intended me to be lazy because I feel lazy. That's what I get from it.
Okay, so I'm going to go literally to the scripture. For I know the plans I have for you. Right?
Okay.
That's God speaking. For I know the plans I have for you. The plans don't go into such a detail. That's never what God said.
God said I'm lazy.
Plans for you to prosper.
I'm
Plans
lazy.
for you to succeed.
Well, God wouldn't have made me lazy if he didn't intend for it.
That's not what he said. And that's what I mean is this is what a lot of people do. This is where the religious gets into an argument, right? It's a perspective. Again, we're reading it and interpreting what we get out of text.
The one thing I know.
The same thing that started this whole entire thing, right? It's all text, and we're giving it into perspective. Yeah. I believe God has a plan for me. I do believe that. But I also believe that it's because of the choice that he allowed me, because he gave us the right to choose. That's real love. When you choose someone when it's hard, that's love. That's what God did. So,
and the story, and I'll mess it up, but you'll get the point. There's a guy on a boat that's sinking, and another boat comes by, and they offer him help. Say, hey man, you need a lift? And he says, no, God's got me. Mm-hmm. And then it sends a branch or a life jacket's floating by, and he's just there praying for God to save him. And then when the boat goes down and he dies and he drowns, and he's like, why didn't you save me? And God's like, I sent someone to pick you up. I said, there's like 3 to 4 different examples.
Right.
You got to move your feet.
Yep. And
you just, certainly if we're talking about abuse or toxicity or bad habits or any of that kind of stuff, you don't just, well, this must be God's plan.
Yeah.
I am always willing to argue with anybody that says I don't have a choice. Anybody out there, if you're listening right now and you want to say, I didn't have a choice, I am more than willing to debate with you.
Well, it also goes back to the, when the Christian side of things, where people say stuff like that. Well, this is what God intended, and this is where I'm supposed to be, because God. I always think of the quote in the Bible. It says, "Faith without works is dead." So you can have all the faith in the world, like the guy in the damn ocean, having all the faith that God was going to come out of the sky and grab his hand. But without, God taught you how to freaking swim. You better start swimming. Faith without works. So put in the work. God gave you the ability. He's an ableist. God gave him the ableist to swim. And
the post does say, chase the life you want, right?
Yeah.
And I think obviously by the comments and what we're doing here, everybody goes right to, the financial side of things. But the life you want, that could be so much, a shift in perspective. Maybe you always wanted to paint, whether you have hands or not, it's possible.
I've seen people paint with their toes, and I've seen people paint with their mouth, and they were amazing at it.
Maybe you always wanted to travel, but you can't drive. There's a way.
It's called Uber.
Yes, you get what I'm saying.
It's called the bus.
I'm just trying I'm trying to paint. Somebody is in a perspective that it's their prison.
Aladdin
Those
had a
people
rug.
making those comments, they're imprisoned by their perspective, and perhaps just a shift in that perspective could empower them and change their entire lives. If nothing else, let's just say that whatever the life they want is impossible, which I don't even like that. Yeah. But let's say theoretically it is impossible. Just the belief that it's possible and the pursuit would change everything.
Everything.
And then they wouldn't be sitting there so miserable they're looking for positive posts to comment nasty things on.
Yeah.
That's a bad place.
To people, the reason your life is so miserable is because all you do all day is focus on why your life is so miserable. You're not focusing 100%. On what you can do to get out of it, right?
Yeah. That's the suffering.
They're choosing. That's what I mean. Everything in life is a choice, period. No matter what it is. And that's why we talked about this in the past. So many people are looking for something outside of them to fill something inside of them. What they're looking for is happiness. What they really want is joy. Joy is a state of mind. Happiness is a dopaminergic response to what you get. It's like a reward system, right? That's happiness. What you really want is joy.
Absolutely.
Joy is a state of mind.
Yep.
I wake up in the morning and I am happy. It pisses my wife off because I'm awake. I don't need coffee. I'm ready to rock. Where do you want to go? Let's hit the gym. I don't care. Like, I'm ready to go because I'm excited. Yeah. But I was excited when I went to bed, so I'm just waking up the same way.
You woke up on purpose.
Yes.
You know what their true disability is?
What, buddy?
Hopelessness.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. How many likes and shares did you say that post had? Over 100,000?
Yeah.
And the majority of them are positive, right?
Absolutely.
And people are sharing it. When you're that hopeless and negative that you're scrolling and you come across a meme that over 100,000 people are inspired by, and you get into an argument, that is a disability. You're
right.
It's the negativity is seeping out of them. They're stuck and they're hopeless. And when somebody says that you can do something about it, or maybe that there's a way out, they lash out. They get mad.
How
dare you tell me that this has any result, or I have any responsibility for this? Not only is it not my fault, but I can't get out of it. I'm stuck here for life. And
I'm going to tell you, like, being stuck in addiction for 20 years. Like, I absolutely never in a million years thought I could ever get out of that thing alive.
Yeah.
You know, being in the hopeless state of mind that I was in, there was never even a glimpse of the future. Of course, it was long before. If I had saw a meme like this when I was in addiction, I probably would have got sober. Just like that. I want to read one more comment because this goes on. I'm able. No, but seriously, like, though, like, man, like, come on. Like, I was hopeless. I was homeless. I had no dollars in my pocket. I was drug addicted, alcohol, and just seeping out of me, in and out of prisons and jails and hospitals and people, you know, it's just, and that, I mean, I would rather punch you in the face than have a conversation with you, you know, and if I can come out of that, which is technically an illness, addiction is a disease, it's a disease of the mind. If I can come out of that with nothing and start to make some gains in my life and start to make some happiness and some joy in my life, then damn it, anybody can. I changed my perspective. I changed my outlook on life. I finally said I can't. I stopped saying I can't and started saying maybe that's possible. Maybe I can do that. Maybe, you know, if I, and like Brian said a minute ago, the things that I was looking at probably weren't that possible for me. But me going after them, me and the journey it took to go after them, even though it was unattainable, it changed my life. It changed my life completely. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, one simple shift in perspective could absolutely transform a person from enableist to enableist. So I'm not against these comments. I'm trying to convert them.
Yeah, well, okay, so convert this one.
Hallelujah!
This is another perspective
Love it.
Of a victim mindset in modern day's world, right? So check this one out. We just got out of a pandemic. Tell the government to lower rent and pay more. And you know what? Like, he is probably, there's millions of him that think the government's going to come and save them. And the government has the ability to lower the rent, and the government has the ability to pay more.
Yep.
You know,
FYI, your building is not being rented by the government.
That was the whole comment.
Yes.
That was it. Yeah.
Is he making that same comment? Is it copy and paste on everything on Facebook?
Yeah, go to Europe.
That has nothing to do with
Europe.
Oh my God. Well, so yeah, what, you know, it's just another example of the millions I see. Millions, that's a lot. The hundreds
You
I
see a lot of people.
I do.
Jeez, you must get around.
The hundreds I see every day of people just blaming the government, blaming, you know, their where they're at in life on other people, you know, becoming victims, and everybody's against me, and they're watching the mass media television tell them that they're a victim and they can't do things, and the government's out to get them, and these other, you know, right or left wing people are bad, and it's just like, oh my God, you know, like, government, please lower my rent and pay me more.
So I could go chase my dream.
No, I got the solution. Go to California.
Oh God,
There's tents everywhere.
yeah, tent
Rent
city,
is
baby.
free. Drugs are everywhere. So
hell
is
yeah,
syphilis, gonorrhea.
California, we love you. No
California.
offense.
Oh, I hate you, California.
I hate
Screw you,
California.
Gavin Newsom.
I hate you. And then
Prick.
we got our
I'm not
border.
talking about their politics. That's a big state. You just rolled off a whole state.
Yep.
You just lost.
I
some
live there. I have the
subscribers.
right to do that.
Hey, you know, most people who give a damn about their freedoms and their life and their children and all these things are moving out of California.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so
I didn't piss off anybody. Anybody in California listening to this right now is looking for an escape plan.
they're either looking for an escape
sure.
plan or they're mad at us. And if you're mad at us for saying we hate your state,
Just watch till the end. It's okay. You can be mad.
Well, let's just talk about perspective.
Okay.
Maybe there's somebody that's living in that tent and they're perfectly blissful.
I want to get into that too, right? Because there's thousands of comments of people saying, you know, I am completely content in where I am in life. I don't need the chase anymore. Like, you know, and it goes back to the Gary Vee statements. Like, there's people out there who make, you know,
$40,000 a year.
$40,000 a year,
and that is life.
Yeah, and they enjoy being a father, and they enjoy coming home in the evening and having dinner with their kids and spending the weekends at ball games. And by all means, yeah,
They're already living
know?
their
Yeah,
dream.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. This post wasn't
You have
for you.
arrived. Yep, love it.
This post wasn't for
Yeah.
you. It's really for the people. It's for the unableist, and it's for the victim mindset who is stuck in a situation, and it's Groundhog Day every day, and it just keeps happening and keeps happening. It's like, okay, if you're unhappy in your life, period, then here's what you can do. You can begin to start changing it, and when you realize that you have the power to do so, and power equals choice. You have the choice to change.
Changing the world is easy. All you got to do is change the way you see things.
And that's the thing.
That's it.
And that's why we got to keep making these posts and ignore the negative Karens that comment on it, because I truly believe this in my heart. You know, I'm not somebody that repeats that sticks and stones, but words will not. I think words are powerful. I think memes are powerful. I know in my own life, YouTube videos, inspirational, inspiring stuff, like the right... I'll even say meme. I've never used this one before, but the right meme at the right time applied to the right person's eyes could change. There's somebody somewhere sitting there and they know the only thing that's keeping them stuck is their own fear.
Yeah.
And maybe that one meme tipped the iceberg and made them make that phone call or get up and whatever it is, the action they needed to take. There's some kind of radical action. And that post gave them confidence to do it. Not just that post. Maybe they've known it all along, but just at the right moment they come across that.
And that's what we talked about last week.
You're
manifesting every day, whether it's good or bad. You're manifesting. It doesn't happen when you want it. It happens with how bad you want it, right? It'll come eventually. Yeah. You can't set a time frame. That's where failure exists, right? Failure exists in the time frame that you allow yourself to succeed. Because if you say I got to make $1 million in 3 months, probably going to fail if that's your actual...
Unless you got an OnlyFans.
Right. And a beautiful girlfriend. I don't know. Something else. Because if you're a dude trying to do it, I hear it's pretty tough. But perspective is the whole entire point to all of this. That is the bottom line, and that's why it irks me so bad, because I'm like, all of this can be changed with the simple perspective of stopping the way that you think and reframing it. And I know it takes work, and I know it takes time. I've done this. When I moved here, I had nothing. I didn't believe I was going to get married. I laughed at my mom because she was like, here, I want you to take this ring because I believe you get married. I laughed. Not going to happen.
He's like, I could pawn this.
Yeah, I was like, not going to happen. You know, I kind of laughed at her because my perspective then was different.
Yeah.
But once I got into recovery and I started making moves and I started making things happen and I started genuinely feeling joy, then it was just like, we're off to the races.
Yeah, it becomes an addiction.
And now I'm like sitting few steps below Jesus at this point.
Yeah, that's a good place. That's a good place to be. That's close enough where you could feel the warmth.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think people also need to know, and these people, the people that make those kind of comments aren't of the mentality where I think they can do this. But it needs to be known, the reason we like memes like that and we like all of this stuff is because we all come from backgrounds where we were stuck by our perspective. So we, you know, it comes from a good place. We're trying to help people that are stuck just like we were.
Yeah,
that's why we like that stuff.
And I'm just going to be honest, for me, it's selfish. And I always laugh at people when they get all upset. And I'm like, I didn't post that for you. I posted that as a reminder for me. Yeah, I want to go back and see that because that's how I feel. That's what I think. I don't care if you agree or disagree. I didn't post this for you. I don't care if it hits you or not. If it does, amazing. I'm right there with you. It's a reminder for me. I do everything on my page as a reminder to myself. Yeah, and I am selfish to the core.
If they, you know, if they want to block you, they're perfectly able.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I'm feeling like I need to go see somebody.
Guys, I'm really anxious to know what you guys think about this. I'm going to read it again one more time just so you guys can comment below. The actual post is, you either go after the life you want or you keep settling for the life you get. The choice is yours. Do you feel like the choice is yours?
The choice is yours. Every choice is yours, period.
Agreed, but maybe they don't, and I would like to see it in the comments right down there. If you don't agree with me, then tell us about it so we can argue.
Please.
I would like you to change my mind on the choice.
I would love to get carpal tunnel.
Maybe the next episode will include you.
And we'll bring you on the show. I'd love that. We can zoom you in.
I offered that last week. I said I would love to see some. I really genuinely want to in a safe environment where we can debate.
Yeah,
that's what America was built on.
I'll narrate it.
That's why there's two parties, and that's why this whole system exists, is so we could debate about life and things and the way we should live and what America should be. That's what made America.
Yeah, but it has changed.
I know it's changed, but it doesn't mean that I have to, because I'm not going to.
All right.
So I want to debate safely. Period.
Let's do it. Change our minds, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, if you got something, a topic you want to hear about, you want to talk about it, put it down there. Let's talk about it. We'll see you guys next week. Brian, thank you for coming. It's always a
thank you.
pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Always.
Everybody go check out go ahead and make a plug on here. Where can we find you in this amazing dogs that you have?
Brian Kendrick on Facebook and Kingdom Bully Kennels on all platforms.
Kingdom Bully Kennels, which by the way,
so
if
much
you go
fun to
check out
watch.
their
Yeah.
YouTube, go check out their YouTube. It's one
very
of the,
fun to watch.
You'll get lost for a few hours.
If their room wasn't so busy, we would have a dog on next time. Dog on? I get it? Dog on?
We love you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.